So I believe I'm audible and visible to you all guys. So this is a straightforward session in terms of helping you understand two things: how you can build a all-round personality, and most importantly, how you can clear your exams in just one attempt. Hope the context is clear to all of you. Perfect. Can I quickly know your can I quickly know your attempt details in November? Want to understand your attempt details in November? You're writing group one, group two. Please type your attempt details in November. Okay, November 24 both. Okay. Okay, most of you are writing both groups in November. Fair enough. Understood. Priya is writing September 24, group 2. Okay, fair enough. Understood. So I hope you are able to see the whiteboard. So I'll explain the entire aspect of your preparation in a single whiteboard so that it stays in your mind and then you can use the insights to benefit your preparation. Okay. So what we're talking about. What are we talking about? CA is a 10% course. We are saying we will take it to 100%. This is exactly the whole idea, right? How many of you think it is possible? How many of you think it is possible for anyone to take it to 100%? Do you think is it possible to take it to 100%? Yes or no? So we are saying that we'll be taking it from 10% to 100%. How many of you think it is practically possible for us to operate at 100%? Can we go with a mindset of clearing 100% CA at the rate of 100% for sure? Do you think is it a possibility? Yes or no? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So Atharva says no. Right. So yes or no is a very subjective thing. Now this session is all about telling you how we are going to do it, why and how we are going to do it. Okay. So pay attention to this for the next 15 minutes. You'll be able to understand what we actually do. So number one, we follow a three-phase approach to clear CA. The first thing is the process. Process. Now, when I say process, the preparation as a whole is a process. In this process, we built a 5-step framework. What happens in this? First is mindset. The other one is routine. In this 5-step framework, we first help you build your mindset and your routine. Once you build your mindset and routine, you will be able to complete the topics, remember the topics, present them. Unless you fix your mindset, unless you fix your routine, it will be practically impossible for you to do anything in this regard. So it is very, very important for you to work on this. So we take care of this by following a personalized strategy. For each and every individual, whatever problems you are having, we will be able to fix the issues using your team. Now, in terms of the next 3 steps, we have syllabus completion, syllabus, revision, and exam presentation. Now, normally what happens is students have a tendency of taking the revision to the very end. They would not start revision along with the syllabus completion. What we do is we combine all the three. Every single day, you will be completing syllabus, you will be revising, you will be doing exam practice and presentation. So this 5-step framework will improve the quality of your preparation. Whatever takes normally for a regular student, let's say if they take 2 attempts in 1 year, 300 days, we will be able to achieve the same outcome in just 100 days. Okay, this is the reason why we confidently talk about helping you clear your CA final in just 100 days. A CA inter also, now there are 50 days. This is the process which we follow. 5-step framework where we focus on the individual mindset part, routine part, and then help you with the rest of the steps. Unless you fix your mindset, unless you fix your routine, you would not be able to operate at the next steps. Done. Next. The second step is the place. Now, when I say place, there are two aspects to this. One is the physical place. The most important one is the mind space. Your physical space impacts your mind space. So that is the reason why we are asking you to come down. If you are staying in a separate place, if the place is not working, if it's not yielding results, it is important to change the place because the physical place has the impact of affecting your mind space. For example, when you sit in a library, you'll feel in a particular way. When you do puja in your puja room, you'll feel in a particular way. When you actually go to a mandir, it's different, right? So how many of you understand and agree that your mind space is affected by the physical space surrounding you? How many of you understand, agree to this? Thank you, guys. Now, the reason why most of the people would not be able to improve their mind is when you directly try to improve on your mind space, you cannot do anything. It has to be hacked through physical place. For example, if you want to improve your thinking process, a lot of times you cannot alter your thoughts with thinking. You cannot alter your thoughts with another thoughts, but it is easy to alter your thoughts with breathing. Thinking can be altered through breathing. So we need a supportive aspect to affect the main aspect. Similarly, it is very hard for you to work on your mind space directly. That is the reason why you're using physical space as a tool to impact your mind space. Okay. So first is the process, next is the place. First is the process, next is the place. The last one and the most important one is the people. So when I say people, it includes you, your study buddy, and your exam mentor. So you'll be given a team to work. What is not possible individually? For example, if you are getting an average of 30 marks as an individual. Now, if you have a study buddy and if you have a mentor who is constantly directing you, can you not get another 15 marks? Yes or no? Let's say individual your capability is 30 marks and you have two persons who are continuously working with you, one at the peer level, one at the top level. If that is the case, just tell me, can you not get another 15 marks in 100 days? Yes or no? Yes or no? Perfect. That exactly is what we do. So I'll make it very simple. In the commercial coaching industry, they look at students as admissions, number of admissions. An individual is not counted. They have a number. They want to meet the target. I'm not here to talk about their business model. I'm here to talk about you. So nobody would have the intent or the ability to care about you. They don't even have the intent. They don't even have the ability to care about the other person. Now, what we do is because when I say him is human intelligence master. So we are people centric, people friendly. So we focus on individuals. So that is the reason why at an individual level, we are in a position to work with you at an individual level. So this ecosystem offers solutions even to people who wouldn't be clearing it otherwise. So that is exactly what we do. Now, over and above this, now this is the theoretical aspect of this. Now I'll actually show you what we do. I'll practically show you what we do. And based on that, towards then, I'll be able to solve your current challenges in the preparation through a Q&A mode. Right now, I'm sharing my screen. Please confirm if you're able to see it. Is the screen visible to you guys? Okay. So what you are seeing on the screen, okay, what you are seeing on the screen is the 100-day program, which we are talking about. It all starts with a 10-day strategy. Now, when people join in early, we normally start with the audit bootcamp. We'll be starting it in a couple of days. So whenever you come here, we'll initially start with the audit bootcamp. We are not adding it in the main schedule. It is a bonus thing for you to get adjusted to the mindset and routine. So first, what we'll do, day 1 to day 10, will complete your financial reporting and help you cross 45 plus. Now you might have a lot of questions. I did not complete my coaching. I'm yet to start even module 2. I did only one module. Or I already attempted exam, I scored only 25. You could be having hundreds of problems. But having said that, whatever your issue is, we will be able to move you from 0 to 45 in 10 days, provided you utilize the entire schedule given to you and implement everything along with our mentors. Individually, this is not a schedule which you can do individually because the speed is possible only because of the constant guidance. That is the reason why we do not share it outside. If I say go and complete FR in 10 days, no, it is not possible. You cannot drive. You can only sit. Here, we have someone else who is working along with you to meet the aggressive targets. So this is the reason why we are very confident about helping with it. Next. 10 more days, apart from the initial bootcamp, you will be completing audit. Now, the audit target is to cross just 40. Now, you might ask me, how can I cross 40 in just 10 days? It is simple. Now, 40 is divided into two parts. One is 16 by 30. In MCQs, all you have to score is 16. And then you have to score 24 by 70 in the main answer. So 16 by 30 plus 24 by 70 is what we are looking at for audit. So if you score just 35%, 30% to 35%, you will be able to score this 24. Most of the marks can be obtained by carefully following the index. They have a technique called this one, IME, index mapping exercise, and a series of question papers. You'll be easily able to cross 25. And after that, you see clear-cut progression where you feel comfortable with audit for the very first time in life. So this is exactly what can happen in 10 days. Now, next 10 days, similarly, AFM has only 15 chapters. It is a smallest in terms of the syllabus. AFM has only one module, 15 chapters, out of which 4 to 5 chapters are very simple and straightforward. So that way you will be able to comfortably cross 50 plus in AFM. So this is what happens within the first 30 days. Similarly, in the next 30 days, you'll be able to complete group 2. Group 1 in 30 days, group 2 in 30 days. You'll be in a position to cross 200 plus. You'll be writing a full length mock series. Apart from the daily test, apart from the weekly test, you'll be writing a full length ICI simulation mock test. So by the end of September, you will be in a comfortable position to cross 200 plus. And after that, in the month of October, we'll be doing a lot of 50-hour challenges continuously. When I say 50-hour, just 4 days. You will be doing 50 hours in just 4 days. At that point of time, you'll build some superhuman capabilities. That is the reason why we call you a super student, which is not possible for regular struggling students. So within 12 days, you'll be able to cover one more group, one more time. This is the point where you will be in a position to cross 45 to 50 in each and every paper. Similarly, we'll do one more iteration for group 2. So what happens with this is, much before you go into the exam, you are very clear that you are going to clear the exams. So that level of competence driven by actual score is what you are looking for. So this is exactly the benefit of going in a structured and systematic manner. How many of you now believe that it is possible for you to think out both? We will take care of the planning, we'll take care of the execution, we'll take care of the improvement, we'll take care of fixing the gaps. Everything linked to this template or blueprint will be taken care by us. Now, at this junction, how many of you believe that you are going to use this and clear in November 24? If you think you have a chance to clear in November 24, please type November 24. Thank you for your responses. Now let me, now I told you what we're going to do. There are certain people who may not be able to visualize this clearly. I'll correlate this with what we have done. This is future, right? This is what we are going to do for November 24. Now let me first show you what we have already done for May 24. That is real. That has already happened. Results are already out. So now I'll take a moment to show you what we have already done, so that it is very easy for you to visualize what we have already done. You should be able to see the screen. So if you go to this channel called Him Live School, once you go to channel called Him Live School, and you can find the first playlist, Path Guarantee Program. You can go and check. You can go and check now or later on. So I'll show you glimpses of multiple things which has happened already, which will help you to understand what might happen to you also. So this is the real reaction video of the mother. And
Congratulations!
Congrats! Now I'm showing you how we conduct exams, ICI simulation exams. So we want to recreate an examination scenario. Now you have a comparative understanding of choosing between 5 and 6. Right? How to attempt the exams, not just randomly writing exams. How you actually attempt the exams are extremely important. In terms of the preparation, this is how you always have your individual study spaces, and this is how you can discuss and study together. So Bhavna is a chartered accountant. At that point of she was a mentor. Now Mitra is a chartered accountant. Anshu has cleared her group 2. Manju has cleared both her groups. Nikita has cleared both her groups in inter. So this is what actually happens. And this discussion, which I'm showing here,
Start.
Namaskaram and a very good morning.
so these three are the mentors at that point of time. Now students, all these three have cleared. So this is exactly, you can look at the date, when was this? 3 months ago, which is somewhere in February, March.
I am a CA.
And you can remember the faces here. Now I'll show you the results.
Program. The name is Task Current Program, where somebody spends 100 days offline with us. We'll be able to help you clear for sure.
This is how we sit and discuss together.
We think it's like this. Two apps. IDT is the probably okay subject. But coming to audit, let me read it. Like 15 months of we have 15 months of auditing standards, 20 months of ethics. Are you good at giving specific because
24 hours before the exam, we'll reconfigure, re-strategize.
when you have 24 hours before the exam, it is important that
Harina is always
cover
chartered accountant.
what has been already covered.
Yeah, given both
these are
good
one of
kids,
the-
both
right
of
now
them.
we are with Harina. So including this year, whole notes also together.
And this is a very important discussion, very important discussion, which I strongly recommend all of you to go through.
Namaskaram.
Both of them are chartered
We
accountants
just
now.
have another couple of hours before the first exam, financial reporting, where Manju and Mitra are writing their exams. So this is the most important conversation. We will do that in the car as we are going. Out of these 5 questions, you have to spot 2 questions, which might give you around 8 to 10 marks out of 14. Okay, so you quickly have to scan through the topics. Let's say if you look at it,
This is before the exam.
Okay, is this clear?
Now this is just before going into the examination center.
Computer science is the branch which almost everybody is running after, but most people don't understand whether that is meant for them or what to study or
Follow my voice instructions. So right now, 15 minutes before the exam, right now it's 1:35. We are doing a quick round of visualization. Okay. Between 5 and 6, if you're not able to find a conducive question, then move to question number 4 or probably to question number 3. Most likely you'll find it between 4, 5, 6. Okay. Once you process the entire answer, as and when you get the answer sheet, start jotting this particular answer, including the working notes. Make a clear-cut structure of your answer in your mind and both on the paper. The first answer, even if it is taking more time, do not bother. It's totally fine, even if the first question is taking more time.
Now this is something which we did,
Namaskaram.
Between
Right now,
the-
we are sitting here after 4 hours
FR
of work
exam and
on
after
day
AF
1.
exam.
FR exam is done, and then we told you how we made a quick transition into AFM, and these guys have pulled it off really well. This is the actual strategy we planned to start. I don't think you can see it, but still I'm explaining. Index mapping is done.
Now.
Yeah.
And regarding practical sums, I think I've already done them one cycle, and now by just going through them and understanding where I make mistakes should be,
How many of you believe if this kind of support is given to you for the next attempt, if you are a part of this ecosystem, a limited ecosystem where a whole team of CS are working with you, can clear? How many of you believe you can clear? Please switch on your videos. I don't want to talk to blank screens. Switch on your videos. Switch on your videos. Let me set a few things straight. A lot of people keep asking, what about the fee? And the question is, we are not a random coaching center waiting for students. Please understand this. Okay, we are not a random coaching center waiting for students. The biggest problem in education is students are choosing teachers. I'm telling you, this is a very important, it's good for you. It's good for you if you understand this. At some point of time, teachers used to choose students. That was the time where education system was very strong, the Gurukula ecosystem. There is a concept of the Guru Parampara. Now, I'm not expecting people to do that. But when somebody is entering, you don't come with a bloody customer attitude. You're a bloody student. Keep your fees in your pocket. If you're coming with that attitude, won't even let you put a single finger inside this place. Please understand this. And we are extremely proud of what we do. People, and we are not doing it for you. We are not doing it for you, we are doing it for your parents. I have a daughter. As a dad, I understand like there is a scenario at home. So we're mostly doing it for your parents. So we don't have the pseudo sympathy for students. You believing that CA is a tough course and it requires a lot of struggles and sacrifices. We don't believe in that bullshit. CA is a simple course. If you put in your effort, you'll clear. If you don't, there is something fundamentally wrong. So we don't have pseudo sympathy for you. You are not Kargil soldiers. If you're failing, it is because of your inefficiency. Fix it. So this is the mentality. If you don't have the patience to listen to this, get the hell out of here. It's a live session streaming on YouTube. This is the approach. This is how it is going to be. Okay. So set this thing right. Don't act like a dumb idiot and disturb the ecosystem. The reason why we do it is each of us has a wavelength of behavior. Now, what is happening is, unfortunately for you, I'm not blaming you, just trying to intensify the conversation. Unfortunately, what is happening is you're being treated like this. Let's say everything which comes to you. Now, before talking about any course, start with the price tag, start with the discount. Why should be, it's not a product, right? It's not a cloth, it's not a phone. Why are we talking about discount in this? Why are we talking about urgency? The whole ecosystem is working in a particular way that it is treating you as a commodity. We are one more commodity of the coaching ecosystem. Now we are treating you with respect. So we want to be treated with respect. In terms of admission, we have a heavy filtering process. We have a heavy filtering process. You are interested, we talk to you, we talk to your parents, then we decide whether we can give you the admission or not. You don't get to choose. Please understand this. You don't get to choose. You cannot practically afford us. Forget about the whole thing. You cannot afford us with your mentality. That's what I'm trying to tell you. With this mentality, what is the fee? That's not the mentality which you're coming. Please understand this. So we definitely will involve your parents. It's going to be a different thing. But the reason why I'm sharing this openly is, especially on this anniversary, is we are here to change the education system. The existing education system is not good for you. Now, when you judge teachers, nothing happens to the teachers. They don't care. It's not good for you. You cannot learn when you have to hold the book. You hold the book like this. Hands niche. You hold it like this. That's when you study. This is the way you can learn. Whatever religion, whatever preference you might have. So God is Saraswati in a certain culture. I'm not sure about which God that attribute to studies. This is the humility and humbleness at which you begin with. And you do not drown in pseudo self-sympathy. You failed, that's it, done. Failure is a fact. Don't convert it to emotional suffer every time. You failed, that's okay. What next? If you're not able to come out of a failure, as your senior, I don't want chicken little to enter the ecosystem. If you're not able to handle this one failure or two failure, whatever it is, we definitely want people who are capable of handling crores of portfolios, taking responsibility for huge companies. That's the difference. If you're not even able to handle a single failure, how does the market trust us? So the existing mindset is not conducive for you to handle the next thing. So this session is especially to clearly communicate that it's okay even if you're failed. It's okay if something did not work. If you choose right now to work on this and put in the next 100 days, you will have a significant chance of clearing. Number one, we cannot accommodate all. For a particular category, we take only 10 slots. Even if all of you on the screen are interested, we don't have slots. Now, why do we keep doing this? Because 99% of the work is free. Whatever we do, everything is shared. You go and check. We have a history of 5-6 years. Now, a lot of people are coming and saying that we're launching this for the first time in India, but we have a history. The whole thing is we do things differently. Now, the way we built it is for 99% of the students, it is free. Everything we share, everything is openly shared. Now, for a limited set of people, for various reasons, once we connect along with the families, they're here, just 10 students. That's so. This is to tell you that you can still clear following the three aspects of the preparation. The first thing which I said is the process. Understand what is going on. Start working on the process. Change the process. Do not get stuck to the same process. If the same process is giving you failure, take a U-turn and change the process. That is one. And second, within the ecosystem, based on I once again want to reiterate that we are an expensive entity because of the personalization involved. We are like a private jet. But having said that, as a founder, I'm telling you to clear CA, I don't need money, not even basic money. You can still, everything is available on ICA website. Viewers portal has got everything. Plus, you use YouTube, that's it, you can clear. If you have self-discipline, you can clear. So, do not correlate your money or parents' money with clearing C. That has got no correlation. But having said that, if you want to accelerate your preparation process, if you want to build an all-round mentality, definitely there is an option. I'm not here to say private jet is good or bad. There is an option if someone needs it. That's it. That is exactly what we are talking about. So this is the time where 10 days after the result, this is the exact time students will get started with their preparation. So it's a very symbolic coincidence between our anniversary and your preparation cycle. So I want all of you to reset your mind and then take the first step towards preparing. What is the first step? Try to study for 3 hours tomorrow. Do not have infinite questions about what has to happen across the next 3 months. Your mind will constantly trick you to know more instead of doing more. What you have to do is, how do you do something, not knowing something. Now there is some intelligent guy trying to know how long is a seminar or whatever his question was. Focus on this minute. Focus on this minute. If you have an appointment with some CEO, please leave. Or one more question like that will kick you out. So this is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. The whole part is right now what is happening. Just focus on this. Your ability to focus on now. Let's say for a 50-minute slot is the game changer. What is constantly bothering you? What is constantly bothering you is you want to know something else which can happen at a later point of time. It's called escapist mechanism. You're not focusing on the now. Either escaping into the past or the future, which is easy. Past creates some depressing experience, future creates anxiety. You're not taking the current load. So that is the first thing which you have to do. I'll conclude the session in a particular way, but before that, since you're already here, please ask. I'm giving an option. I'm giving an opportunity. Please ask the most difficult question linked to your preparation. Let's say you think about it. If that problem is resolved, you should be able to prepare well. So you can unmute yourself and ask. I'm here for you. Please ask. What is it which is bothering you the most about your preparation? I don't have an attitude. I fix attitudes. Yeah. Think about your questions. You're not able to unmute yourself. Okay. I think you can unmute yourself. We gave you the option. Are they allowed to? Yeah, you can unmute. Please go ahead.
Sir, can I start with the question?
Yes, Isha, go ahead. Yes.
So, I had particular sets of questions which I took some notes when you were speaking. So my first question about the premises where you'll be having your residential program is about the study room, about the study rooms and the resources. The first for the resources is, since I'll be coming all over from UP to Hyderabad, so I need to carry my books, maybe all the books and everything. And second is about the study room areas, like what will be our areas, because I am that kind of a person who needs my own space to study. I cannot share
Yes,
my
you're
room,
right.
and means I think you can easily relate to that. I can't see anyone
Understand.
person
Yeah.
and everything. So first one is
Understand.
about that. So you can answer the first one, then I'll
Mhm.
ask the second one.
So Isha, the whole, we normally take a 2200 SFT space. When I say 2200 SFT space, this is the space required for 150 students in a study hall. People accommodate up to 150 people. Instead of 150 people, we accommodate 4 or 5 people. This answers your question largely. And we create this with a clear-cut intent of studying. The space for sleeping is minimized. There is no other activity. The whole activity is like temple versus puja mandir in home. Your study room in your home is like puja mandir. There are many other activities happening. This is like a study temple. So the entire study space is customized only for studying. You have your individual blocks. You also have group blocks. You have open blocks where anybody can sit and study. Sitting floor. So lot of the entire space is to study, because unless you have the base to study, it doesn't make sense, right? The focus comes at a later point. First, we have to sit and study. So that is exactly why we prioritize it extremely high. This time, we're also prioritizing the lighting aspect and a lot of things, because if you have to sit and study for 10 hours per day into 100 days, it's a 1,000-hour routine. For 1,000 hours, if you can increase the convenience, 10% value addition will add another 100 hours. 100 hours is equal to that missing 15-20 marks. That is
Yeah,
exactly what it
maybe
is.
the good light may work. That happens.
Yes.
The
Yes.
other is about the, like, when you told us that first 10 days for this, then the 30 days you have a test series for the group one and then the group two all differently, then you combine both them together.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
about the evaluation? Because I have given my May exams by the self-study.
Right.
I hired a test series organization. I wrote 3 hours dot paper while sitting at my home. It got evaluated. I got cleared there, but ultimately I failed. So now my question is, मेरा evaluation, like, if I can speak in Hindi, like if it is allowed.
Yeah, yeah. ठीक है, ठीक है.
हाँ,
Go ahead.
तो अगर मैं अब फिर से अपना पेपर लिखती हूँ तो इवैल्यूएशन उसका होगा कि नहीं होगा, या जस्ट मैं खुद बैठ के इवैल्यूएट करूंगी?
Okay. When you look at evaluation, can I speak the truth? Ready for the truth?
हाँ हाँ
Whenever you are joining any test series, they hardly care about you. They do not care about Isha. It's one more answer sheet. If they do it, they'll get that 200-300 rupees or whatever it is.
हाँ
The
हाँ
dos-
Sir, I
कुछ rating
paid
में लिखना है.
3,000. I'll be very formal. I'll pay 3,000.
No. You pay 3,000 to the entity. For the guy who's correcting it, he hardly gets 300 bucks.
Acha, maybe
So
that would be the math.
see, what happens is in the education ecosystem, every 100 rupees you pay to any entity, almost 25 to 30% will go for marketing and sales. So they think that is the way. So your money is going into marketing. You are paying for your own ad. The ad which you see, you are the sponsor of that ad.
Yeah,
So
correct. Got that.
So that is the reason why they don't have the bandwidth to pay attention to really worry about we'll figure it or not. उसका माइंड पे क्या रहता है, एक ब्लू इंक में आंसर शीट आया, ब्लैक इंक में आया, मैं उसको रेड इंक में कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा. That's it. Some bullshit they'll write and give it back. Practically, I'm not saying they're wrong, but for the volume that they operate, for the fee they charge, they don't have an option to critically look at it. So when you talk about evaluation is a very scientific thing. It's not about it's not about the extra line you missed, not about the Angrezi thing you missed. A lot of evaluation has to happen in terms of how you are processing the question paper, because the biggest problem for students is your ability to process the question paper is very low. You cannot process the question paper. Now, when you said that you got X amount of marks here, in the main paper, you're not able to get it. And most importantly, the result is coming as a surprise to you. If you know that you're going to fail, that's okay. But the bigger problem is you think you're studied, you think you're going to clear, and the numbers are not matching. It's not even 5%, 10% variation, right? It's a significant variation. So
Yeah.
this is exactly why you should be, let's say a student did not prepare well, a student did not study properly, and they fail, it's okay. But when you prepared well, studied properly, and then you think you're clear and you don't clear, that's a bigger problem, right? It's a danger because it's like the blood tests are all fine, and then ultimately a
Yeah,
problem is not getting clear.
because
So
I gave my exams in the April itself.
yes,
And in the May, if I fail, then I just feel like कि जो test वहाँ हो रहे हैं, then what is about the evaluation? Because I need a fair result. I should know before the exams whether what is the situation. If the paper comes out of the box, like that's gonna happen. We know that's a CA exam. हर group का एक paper खराब आएगा. ठीक है, that's the normal maths. With I'm ready to accept, and even I'm also ready to accept that only one paper would be easy, two will be average, tough and वैसे वाला भी, because it's a CA exam. But the problem comes here is if after evaluation वाला चीज doesn't work, because मुझे ऐसा लगता है मेरे वाले पेपर में शायद मैं क्वेश्चन समझी नहीं जो मैं लिख रही हूँ, मैं अपने ही जोन में लिख के आ गई, शायद उसे मुझे इम्प्रोवाइज करना है, तो वो इम्प्रोवाइजेशन मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा?
I'll help you understand the nature of the exam. You're asking me a question. I'm responding to you in a oral way, right? How would you evaluate my ability? You're not very critical in terms of you're not looking at a script and matching my answer, right? You look at it with a reasonable mindset. Is he able to answer to the question or not? This is exactly how ICL looks at your paper. Your exam is a written interview. When I say it's a written interview, it's not about the technicality, it's not about the words and all. Your perspective about a particular problem, how you respond, how you react. You have to understand. That is the reason why it is a professional exam. That is the reason why the same content which you write in BCom can get in 90%. यहाँ पे तो 30% में नहीं आते same content के लिए. क्योंकि they are not expecting that. They don't want that. They don't want what you are trying to do. They want something else. Every time you are fighting hard for something that ICA doesn't care about. It doesn't care about the memorization part of it. It's simple and straightforward. If you have to go and sit with an interview for Philips or Deloitte, now you go in a different perspective, right? You're not bothered about the entire memorization part. You go in a perspective that, okay, I have some experience in this, I have some qualification in this, this is exactly how I'm presenting myself. You kind of go in that perspective. Similarly, whenever you're approaching the exam, there is a perspective. Okay, there is a subject, there are X amount of chapters. Let us understand what is there, and a question is being asked. You write as if you talk to a client. With this mentality, the load and the need to memorize cram will go. Now, this is exactly what ICA expects you to do. This is exactly what we kind of internalize through the test series. This is exactly what we try to help you understand. For a regular ecosystem, it's a very routine, monotonous process where they simply say that, watch the videos. No, first clear, watch the videos. Now, in this conversation, I'm holding on and responding to you. You're asking something, I'm putting an attention, whether you're understanding or not, there is a follow-up question. So it's an ecosystem. Whenever there is back and forth, sometimes I'm soft, sometimes I'm harsh. So because of the objective of the session, I navigate. Imagine this as a recorded session. You are sitting, I'm speaking, there is no back and forth communication. When there is no back and forth communication, there is no freaking way that you learn it. Now, the whole of schooling has been live interaction, two-way interaction. Learning can only happen with two-way interaction. One-way thing is a movie. It's good for a movie. It's good for a Netflix series, not for learning something which is important in life. So that is largely missing. So यहाँ पे when you say the residential program, the whole program is a live thing. It's not some dead zombie experience where some guy is speaking randomly for 300 hours and then nobody cares whether you know it or not. So this is exactly why we have created this ecosystem where there is someone who is constantly with you. That's how life works. That's how learning works. So normally, if you're able to clear using the existing ecosystem, that's fine. People clear without coaching. People clear without using single reference books. People clear by only ICI books. Everything can happen. Now you look at your own story. Why are you worried about it? The idea is you eat your own quantity, right? You don't worry about who is eating what. You want what you eat what you want. You eat what you need. So in terms of preparation process, never ever worry about what the world is doing. You look at this is your preparation process. Is the existing ecosystem solving your needs? Yes, go get it solved because it is affordable and easy. If it's not solving, if the tablet is not working, go and get a surgery done. But you don't leave it, right. You don't leave the problem that the surgery is expensive or something. This is exactly what we're trying to tell you. Until now, the surgery is not available to CA students. Now we are here to do that. This is exactly how it works.
So, see, if there that now that was the part for the evaluation part. Now, if I got to know, because I have studied various chapters in FR, say FR, I'll pick FR first. Now, during studying those studying FR problems and everything, I get to know that कि नहीं, अभी मुझे यहाँ पे conceptual clarity चाहिए, या I am zero in this. I'll accept that. Firstly, I'll gonna accept that fact कि मैं अपना टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करने वाली, आई डोंट हैव टाइम. सेकेंड, आई विल बी लाइक कि मुझे अब कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी चाहिए, अब आई नीड समवन हु कैन टीच मी. सो हु विल बी दैट समवन टू मी?
Okay. So what we focus on is, on the day of the exam, there is no one. You are the only one. Understand it? On the day of the exam, you are the only one. Let's think of a driving school. जब आप RTA ऑफिस को ड्राइविंग टेस्ट के लिए जाते हैं ना, यू कांट टेक योर ड्राइविंग इंस्ट्रक्टर, यू कांट गो इन द ड्राइविंग कार, खुद का कार पे जाना है, ड्राइव करना, वही है. नाउ अंटिल द लास्ट डे ऑफ द ड्राइविंग टेस्ट, if you are relying on the driving guide, do you think you can go and directly drive in the exam or driving the test?
No, you can't.
So this is the common sense. This is what you have to understand. You mistake day-to-day convenience for competence and then go into the exam. Now we make sure when you look at the question on the day of the exam, your ability to process that question comes after repeated processing. Every time, for example, you look, what do you mean by a doubt? When you say that I cannot understand something, there is some Angrezi, a part of Angrezi, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
There is something called being a cognitive miser. Your brain would not like to put an extra effort beyond a particular level. Every time you think about that, you immediately switch to something or someone, either a video or someone. So constantly you're saying that anything beyond the regular capability, you're refusing to build your capacity. Now you're saying I lift only 5 kgs. Now there is a 7.5 kg dumbbell. You refuse to lift it. You are asking someone to lift it for you. On the day of the exam, it's a 15 kg dumbbell. Now the way make you prepare is, we shift the focus from passive preparation to active preparation. What is active preparation? Your core ability on the day of the exam has to be built during the preparation, not spoon feeding and then leaving, because the level at which you get exposed to the preparation process versus the level in the actual exam is very different. It's like you playing at 120 kilometers all the time. Now at that point of time, it's a full toss Yorker at 160, 170 kilometers. How would you handle it? So we make you practice at 200 kilometers, which is, we make it far more complex. The preparation process is far more complex in the examination system, not the other way around. That way, even if you are struggling hard here, the more you bleed in the bar, or the more you sweat in the preparation, is less you bleed in the bar. This is exactly what we make you do.
Yeah, sir, I do agree with this, but at least this is, for example, if I'm studying something today and अभी मेरे को just doubt आ गया कि, for example, I take Ind AS 38 है ना, उसमें start किया, it is an easy Ind AS, but मुझे doubt आ गया. Do I have an access to a teacher or a coach there जो मुझे बता दे कि ठीक है, this was the problem, ये इसका ये concept है, and now I'll be okay.
See, there is a residential mentor. Over and above that, we have individual subject experts. You also have a study buddy who's studying along with you. We have access. But what I'm trying to tell you is, remove the need for access. So that is the focus. You have access, but you understand it, right? So the whole idea, just because you have access, it's not about that. We are not. See, when you ride a bicycle as a kid, there are 4 wheels to it.
Yeah, supporters.
Supporters. So we offer them to prevent you from falling down, but our objective is to remove them as far as possible, as much as possible. That otherwise you only know using the 4-wheel ride, you'll never get to the 2 wheels. It's too short a time for you to switch. So the fundamental objective is this, but whenever it's required, it is required. Otherwise they won't clear, right?
Now, actually, sir, now I feel like asking for help is not bad, because if it can make your things done, it's okay, because I did all by my own and I could not clear. So now
you did not clear, you did not clear because you do it right. You did not do it right, not because you did it on your own. Preparation is always a solo game. I'll tell you the simple idea. Here you have a cricket team, but while you're batting at the crease, while the ball is coming, you suddenly can't call the coach and what do I do with this ball, right? That is what I'm talking about. you're bowling, you're running. So that's what it is. You have people around. You can always, after the over, you can go and talk to the captain, or you can talk to some other bowler. But real time basis, this is the ability which you have to build. This is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. This is exactly what I'm trying to trim.
Yeah. So I'm done with my questions. Thank you.
Guys, yeah, sure. Guys, any other questions? Please feel free to ask me, unmute yourself, ask me. Sai asked, is it possible completion of one subject in 10 days? Good question. The answer is yes and no, Sai. Okay, let's say it's not possible to complete in 10 days. How many days do you think you need to complete on subject? How many days do you need? Tell me the number of days you need to complete on subject. You have to unmute yourself. Sai, unmute yourself.
Maybe 20 to 25 days.
Are you sure?
Maybe. I'm not
Okay,
confident.
chalo. Let's look at 25 days. Okay. Now, 25 days into 6 subjects is equal to 150 days. You know? 25 days into 6 subjects is 150 days. Don't you know people who have been, preparing for 3 attempts? When I say 3 attempts, it's almost 500 days. If they just need 25 days to complete a subject, when they put in 500 days, why are they not clearing? In terms of days, you're getting it right. Even a lot of people wrote group 1, still almost 70% of them failed. So they also had 25 days or more, 50 days per subject they had. Why did they not clear? So the whole idea is days is one of the metric which is required, but it is not the only thing. Whether 50 or 5, only the time would not matter. Time is one of the essential ingredient. But you have to understand, just because you have 20 days, 30 days, it's not going to do anything. Because availability of time is one thing, but utilization of the time is what is more important. 20 days of inefficient process versus 10 days is far more efficient. And this yields results for a lot of people. Once it creates a sense of urgency. 2, your attention on a particular subject would not stretch beyond a week to 10 days. 3, if you're breaking it down, only 3 hours per day. The subject takes almost 1 month to complete. You won't comprehend. The starting point and ending point is too long. It's like a movie, a 6-hour movie. You won't even remember what happened in the first time. So that is the reason why this is a sweet spot for someone to do the subject in 7 days to 10 days. So that way, it's reasonably enough. Not everything can be completed, but you'll see a significant improvement from the point where you are to the point where you can go.
Each person has a different capability.
Pardon?
Each person has a different capabilities.
But each person has to write the exam on November 2nd. IC is not changing your exam date based on your capability, right? If that is the case, then we can have a different aspect. Whatever it is, you have to write the exam on November 2nd. Whatever it is, you have to write the exam within 3 hours. Yes, guys. Any more questions?
Sir, can I ask?
Yes, Manjana, please.
Sir, in your 5-step framework, have you designed it in a particular order, sir? Is it mindset the most difficult one, or do you fix that first, or what is it?
That's a good question. The reason being, when I first conceptualized way back in 2018, that's the first version where we built it. We created it as pillars, not even steps, like pillars. When I say pillars, you don't think of the order, everything is the same. But when you say pillars, people would know what to focus upon. Like everything is a pillar, right? Where do we start? Where do you start?
Everything's
So
on par.
Yeah. So then I realized for a particular class of students who are not able to work at their best level, the first thing which has to be fixed is mindset. First and most important thing. Unless you fix the mindset, see, when I say mindset, mindset is internal. Routine is the printout of the mindset. Mindset is a soft copy, routine is a hard copy. Even if let's say I have a great mindset, but I don't study, I don't do anything, what's the point? So it has to be converted into routine. So unless you fix the mindset, unless you build a routine, none of it matters. You have the best book, you have great memory, but If you don't have the mindset, what would you do? It's like you are having a great building material, but you don't have a site to build anything. So that is the reason why we say this is important. Having said that, all 5 of them has to be worked parallelly and simultaneously.
Yes, sir. Another question. When I do 3 hour slots, I do it for around 3 days. I do even three and a half, 3 hour slots every day. Then one certain day, especially even while solving questions of easy chapters, suddenly after 2 hours, I get overwhelmed. So how do you fix that, sir?
Why do you have to fix it? Like even Jasprit Bumrah get hit for a six, right? Even people hit him for a six. Why do you have to fix it? The whole idea is, if you look at a bowler's statistics or the batsman statistics, it's 0, 1, 2, 6, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. That's how it is, right? Your days are also like that. As much as we say that 10 hours, and we are not robots. It's not going to happen robotically. But when you have a range of 100 days, most likely 30 days will give you 70% of the output, third days will give you 10%, third days will give you 20%. You don't know which day, you don't know which ball, right? That is the reason why you stay at the crease. That is the reason putting 100 days. One day will go here and there. Consistently, it's like if somebody is getting hitting you for 6 every ball, then you stop and think what's happening. Once in a while is totally fine.
Sir, another question, sir. After a 3 hour slot or after it is also essential to relax in a short time but effectively. So how do we do that, sir?
We have a concept of
Double down break.
every 3 hours, you have 1 hour break. At any point of time at HLS, you cannot study for more than 3 hours. You cannot study for more than 3 hours because the schedule is built in a way that 33% should be the break time at any point of time. Sometimes it's even more. Then in certain slots, after 2 hours, you get 1 hour break. The whole idea is studying is not learning. A lot of students just sit and flip the pages. Studying is not learning. Learning, it's a highly qualitative mental activity. Now, for you to have it, you definitely have to tone it down, tone it down, tone it down. That is exactly how it is. So, in terms of breaks, we give you luxurious breaks so that you calm down and intensify, calm down, intensify. That way, that is what we recommend, whether we do it here or even here.
Yes, sir. In that 1 hour, it is essential to take out the intensity in the previous
Switch
3 hour
off. That's
session,
it. I'm saying
as well
it's
as
like,
get ready for the next session.
yeah, using the phone, charging. Using the phone, charging. Don't mix both. As simple as it. Does anyone else any other questions?
Sir,
Yes.
what are the criteria for filtration process?
Simple, Jaya. So basically, if you look at it, right now I'm giving you the space to ask questions. I'm forcing you to ask questions. Now, in the first 5 to 10 minutes, when even without listening, when people ask, it indicates that mentality. Now, when I say that, we want to work with students who understand preparation is a difficult process, whether it is for you or for us. We understand. Let's say when we started, a lot of people cannot even wait for 15 minutes. A lot of people cannot. We want to naturally they get filtered out. We don't do anything. Now, once I say something, once I increase my tone, a lot of people get offended. So you have, for us, we're naturally able to filter a lot of things. Now, once you sit in the Zoom call, once you sit in the Zoom session, what we observe is, are you fundamentally able to understand not clearing the exam is your fault or not? If they think it is because of ICA, it is think because of the horoscopy or whatever it is, we respect everything. But we cannot change horoscopy. We cannot convince ICA. We can only work with you. So for people who think that they are the ones who are doing something right or wrong, we'll be able to work. This is one. Second, we also look at the family. The reason why we involve both mom and dad, we want to have their perspective because we literally offer 100% result guarantee. Even if, when I say that, if you're missing in November, we continue our responsibility without charging anything. It's a significant, it doesn't work out if that happens. So we put our skin in the game. If you are failing, we also fail with you. This is how we operate. So that is the reason why we get those exceptional results. For us to commit that kind of certainty to a family, it's important for us to understand the entire family structure. And whenever people are coming in, we make sure there is no load on the student. Now, whether you're coming in, you're coming in. Don't create more and more load. It's very important. And we also check if a student is able to understand that this investment is being made for the long-term future. A lot of people go in guilt cycles. I already made my parent invest so much and what of that. Now students worry about the cost. Parents think about the opportunity cost. Now they look at it like this. There is someone who has, I would say, put in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Already so much is done. By putting another 5, 6 months or whatever investment it is, my son and daughter can clear. That's it. They look at it in that way. Now, students, they go through guilt cycles. They don't trust themselves. They don't believe others. So it's very hard to work with them. That is the reason why we get a proper parent perspective. And also, right now, parents are the people who think about you in the best possible manner. So when we involve them, when they get convinced that we'll be able to help you, definitely it's a strong validation for you. Otherwise, you cannot decide, right? How can you trust us? Now you fail 5 times and we say that come here, we'll help you clear. When parents are there, mom will check. Is this place safe for my daughter? Dad will check. Is it worth investing? They have the best people helping you in the decision making process. If they say no, probably it's not the right fit because we don't believe that coming here is a good decision or bad decision. We believe that it's a reasonable thought for us to think about it. Now, parents will decide whether it's good for you or not. So that is the reason that makes the decision making easy. Otherwise, what will you think? You think that staying at home is better. We think that coming here is better, but we don't know what is better. So parents coming into the picture will make it easy. So this is what happens. So once it goes through second layer, third layer, then we normally, ask people to come here, spend some day. See, the quality of question reflects your mentality and maturity. Forget about the answer. The better the questions, better the answers. Now, how you question also indicates your mentality. For me, I'm like a mind mechanic. So, for if someone gives me access to a particular mindset for 100 days, I can make them clear any exam. So, I'm already understanding you guys. Now, this is a good question. You asked the right question. So, this is exactly how we spend more time on individual basis. Right now, as you're asking this question, I have to reasonably take care of everyone, right? In a Zoom session, only you, your parents, and my team will give us better understanding of each other, better depth of each other.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir. Yes, sir. Sir, for everyone, the strengths and weakness is something different, no, sir?
Yes.
So, I think we allotting equal time to all the subjects. So I just want to know that because in my May 24 exam,
So
I
once
failed.
again, I got your question. I got your question.
Okay.
Just because you're strong in FR, are you writing the FR exam in 2 hours? Just
No.
because you're weak in audit, is I say giving you 5 hours?
No.
So you have to understand something. You have to understand something. See, if it's a business, there is no upper limit or lower limit. It depends on you. If it's an exam, there is a metric, there is a standard. Now, when there is an exam on November 2nd, it's not about your strength or your weakness. See, it's not about your mark sheet. We look at the target mark sheet. Now, what is target mark sheet? You have to cross 300 plus. Even if you're 100, 120, 130, or 250, wherever you are, you have to get to 300. So, for you to get to 300, we have to start with a base. Now, this is how you should look at it. I'm talking about a specific question. Let's say you talk about financial report. We are saying let us cover 70 marks in 10 days. Now, you might be really good at consolidated financial statement and business combination. In the schedule allotted, let's say we gave you 20 hours to do this too. Now, Jaya might be extremely good at Ind AS 115 and Ind AS 116. Those two also have a reasonable chance of coming for 20 marks. So while you're executing it, if you think you need to donate 10 hours from this topic to that topic, you're free to do that. And that all automatically adjusts itself. But I cannot create a micro level schedule, right? Now, it becomes an infinite schedule. The idea of the schedule is to tell you that it works, but don't trust a single page which is sticking on the sheet. That doesn't mean anything. If you ask me about a plan, I would say when you have to write all 6 papers, start with FR, start with first chapter, finish all the chapters, move to AFM, start with first chapter, go to the 15 chapters, move to audit, start with first chapter. That's it, right? Why do you need even a plan? Just go in a serial order, as simple as it. So the whole idea is when you look at a particular schedule, it simplifies your thoughts, it organizes your thoughts. But when you actually work on it, it will automatically get adjusted to that. You won't spend more time on a chapter which you know. You won't spend less time after which you don't know automatically. So that 10 days is good enough for you to accomplish all of it. Now the strength and weakness part which you're talking about gets reflected in the outcome. Let's say Manju, who is trying to record a reel right now out of this conversation, has scored 79 in AFM. Now the same AFM cycle has given a different set of marks to someone else. So you go through the same, depending on the strength of weakness, there is a range of difference in the outcome which you get. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Guys, any other questions?
Sir,
Yes.
how much time will you be available for us? Like, or will it be like just subject experts and other mentors?
Okay, today we had an interesting conversation for let's say 75 minutes. Tomorrow, would you like to sit with me over a Zoom call for 75 minutes, or would you rather finish your India's 116, or you'd rather quickly finish startup finance and score those 2-3 marks, or rather you think about it now in terms of I appreciate the question. I take it very positively, but my focus is to minimize myself and act like a catalyst. So let's say I'm available. I don't have anything to do in life. So your time is more valuable than my time. And what is it I should be looking at? Your ability to continue studying without breaks. That is what I have to ensure. One is the quantity of study, quality of study. These are two things which I work about. My access will be always there because we live on the same like you guys live in the third floor, I live in the second floor, along with my family. It's like a family, it's like an extended family, that's it. The family. My sister is chartered accountant. Now I have 10 more people coming into the ecosystem. This is exactly how we wanted to create by intent. So that way I'm always there. But having said that, it's not about me. It's more about you using me to make sure you do the right thing. That's it.
Yeah.
Varma, in case you've already applied, okay, sure. Any other questions here? We'll do one thing.
Sir, one more thing to the girl, which she asked about the question about your availability at the place. So my concern is that fine, we don't want you every day. We can't talk to you every day for 70 minutes long. Means that's reasonable thing which is there. क्योंकि हम भी बोर हो जाएंगे. So the other thing is that what if I need you one day and I just need कि आप बात कर लो वगैरह, तो आप तब तो होने चाहिए ना ideally.
You're right. See, number one, I'm jobless. I don't have anything to do except this. I work like a scientist because what I'm building right now is if someone comes to me for 100 days, they should be able to clear any exam. When I say exam, whether it's CA final, NEET PG, UPSC, anything. That is what I continuously work upon. Even if you don't want me, I want you. I want to understand whether this is working or not. I want to see that you ensure because the deal is going to be with your parents. So I'll be after you more than you. And after a particular point, you'll be like a lot of students are scared of me because I make them why you're not sitting straight. There are lot of things come into the picture. Right now, I'm tempted to say all of you sit straight. Okay, so Zoom call, I'm very comfortable. The close experience, I'm not a hangout guy. So
No, that I know that I have taken your 3-day session in Hyderabad COE. That I know that everything. But certainly, even for all those 3 days, there were certain times where I felt like कि नहीं नहीं, yeah, this is right या इतना ये मुझे सुनना है या ये मुझे करना है ऐसे वाला. And it's just that my concern is like कि that was fair कि मैं नहीं मतलब every day it cannot happen, but there would be certain days where I would need your presence and your feedback for that, because somewhere you are the one to whom I trust, and you have asked my trust. Now I need in return something, and not only me, it's my parents also. Like I think per student there are 3. You deal with 3 at a time. I believe that. So just with that consideration, I asked that.
To answer it in a simple way, I'm always there, Isha, because I want to be there. It's not because you are asking me. I want to be there because I want to work with students. This is what I love and this is what I do. So I'm always there. And one thing which is very important for me is I have to remove myself out of the equation so that on the day of the exam you're ready. My goal is not creating that artificial comfort. My goal is giving you that independence. But until you get to that point, yes, you can depend on me. You can count upon or my entire team. We're always there. Yes.
Yeah, that. Thank you.
Sure. Varma, if you have already applied, we'll be reaching out to you soon. Or in case if somebody wants to accelerate this, what you can do is, okay, you can drop a WhatsApp message right away. All the messages which we get in the next, I would say, 2-3 minutes, will immediately reach out to you. So I give you the number of our team, 707598570, in case you want to explore further. You can just drop a message. Just drop a message about your name, this name and requirement. We'll reach out to you almost immediately for 9 minutes.
So, just an addition to again a question here.
Mhm.
I haven't cleared my any of the SPOM exams, and if I join this
Right.
program, residential program, I believe that if it would be fair if I clear it here itself in the place I'm.
No. Lot of people book their slots, leave it like that. They come here and they write it there. Because I'll tell you what. SPOM is something which is a entry exam to the main exam. The scores are not counted. It's a technical thing, right? If you look at it, if given a choice, you would write it after the exams, like your previous guys. But right now, you have to write it. Now, your focus should be on putting in efforts to move your numbers closer to 300, and this should be ancillary. If you're putting your attention onto this for a week or 10 days, you're losing 10% of your time. I'm not saying not to write it. There is a mechanism in which you can adjust it along with your existing study schedule. That's what all the people who are coming on here do. Because 100 days is a decent time. The moment it becomes 90, the asking rate goes to a different rate. So you literally have to, because there is a lot of difference between 100 days and 90 days. So that is the reason why you have to literally kickstart the process at that least.
But I am left with my articleship. It will get terminated in the second means on 9th of August. So before that, it's not feasible for me to come to residential.
See, if it's about SPO, my answer stands the same. If it is about something which is really beyond your control, probably you can get in touch with our team. Like if you think that we'll be able to support you until that point before you come, or probably to look at that subject, because we want to finish one subject. Now, when you're talking about August 10th, we want to ensure you cross 40 in FR at least. Like in this cycle, if you're already there in the previous cycle, you should cross 50.
Yeah.
So as long as that is done, our team should be fine.
So, but I don't think SPM exam is that easy, because I have given the exam of law and I could not clear, means I failed on the borders, but I feel that
Even the main exam is not easy, right? No exam is
I
easy.
I do.
See, we are not saying it is easy. We are just saying that in the process, we cannot afford 10 days for a qualifying exam. In terms of attention, we'll study, we'll do whatever is required, because of course it is not easy. It also has to, these are real subjects, right? Now, these are real subjects which we had within the group. They went out of the group. So both of them are tough papers. The whole idea is we cannot completely focus on that. We can only focus on an addition in terms of doing something else. That is exactly what my intention is. We'll take, normally this is exactly what our students are doing. People who are having booking their slots already, they're coming here and
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, to summarize, thanks for joining us today. Normally, what we do is, apart from talking to all the mentees and all the internal people, we just want to spend some time with people who have been following us. We just share a basic message in the WhatsApp groups, and then we invite you. The idea is to intensify your preparation cycle. Number one, why are we hard and harsh? Because the truth is harsh. So it's not like I want to be harsh. That is one. And number two, when you're in the extreme mentality, it requires this injection. Like normally, because of a lot of things, thick skin is built. So you need a vaccine to inject certain things. Except that the idea is not to hurt anyone. So I hope you understand that. My objective for this session is very simple and straightforward. I really want you to kickstart your preparation starting from tomorrow. So just start with a 3-hour schedule. Do not think of anything else, even if you don't have a plan, even if you don't have a schedule. Start with something. What is most important is, let's say, start at 6 o'clock, study something. what it is irrelevant. Study that. Process of studying itself is a complexity. What you study is anyways fine. So do that. And if you require our assistance, if you think we can really help you clear the exam, reach out to us and feel free to understand the process as much as you want, because we don't create or have an obligation on either side to join, because we don't want. If you look at it, we have almost 35 times more applications than our seats. Currently, the unprocessed applications are more than 350 for, I think out of 10, we hardly have 3 to 4, like it's 100x right now. Now 3 seats are 4 seats, we have 3 applications. So we are not actually seeking anything. But having said that, every student who comes into the picture, we treat them the same way, with the possibility of working together. So that way, there won't be any load for you to join or not to join. If you want to explore what we do, please feel free to explore. That is about the process. So any other questions which I have to answer at this junction? Any questions, guys, from anyone else? If you already applied, we'll reach out to you. If you want to accelerate the application process, I just shared your number. You can simply drop a message to that number. The last number, 707598597. Want me to say it again? 7598597. So yeah. Yeah. Guys, any other questions? Anything else? All right, yes. So, okay, Priya, you have a question?
With your online process where whatever you are providing, like your 10 days plan for one subject and then for another 10 days plan for another 10 days subject. But there is one issue that I cannot join the residential program, but I want to know that what will I get in an online program if I join with you. So if you select me for that online program.
Online, currently, we're not doing anything about it, Priya. Basically, what we're looking at is, see, I'll make it simple. For someone for whom this is extremely important, clearing this exam is extremely important, we're making sure they're clear. Now, how are they conveying the seriousness? Let's say I'm a doctor. There are a lot of people who would like to call me, but I did focus on someone who's sitting across the desk, right? So that is exactly, we don't have a lot of bandwidth to do anything else. And generally, the way we are working is, see, who wouldn't want more admissions or more money or something like that. But our focus is on solving the problem. Now, when I say solving the problem, when somebody is coming here, we're operating at 100% certainty. So this is actually working like magic. So that is the reason why we are insisting that if someone wants to clear for sure, please come down. It is that. Now, online, there are a lot of, let's say you want me to evaluate a question paper. I can't understand what is written in a PDF. Now we can't keep shipping the question papers every day, because we make you write every single day. Now here I just walk across, take a book and just look at it and talk simple conversation with that. Now if someone is here, okay, it's a 2-minute conversation. Now for that to happen online, I have to create a Zoom link. So you understand that there are a lot of technicalities involved, which won't help us to solve the problem for sure. But having said that, a lot of people are asking us if there is something which we can do, we definitely would revert. That is exactly what it is. Because a lot of the online thing is what we started long ago. We are the ones who started it. But in terms of the application of it, in terms of the assurance, because right now we are operating at 100% certainty. This is something which is extremely useful for the student and the parent. So we are prioritizing this. If there is some bandwidth or some space, we definitely would like to start the online version, and we clearly say that this is the difference. This is where we offer absolute assurance. This is the process where we can offer reasonable assurance. So right now, we haven't taken a call. Those who are interested, think again and see if clearing is very important, why not offline? Now, the question is why not online? I told you why not online. I want you to go back and think why not offline. That is exactly it. All right, guys. If you if you're done with your questions, we'll call it a day. Anything else, you can reach out to us on our number. And once again, all the best. Thanks for joining us on this. Thank you very much.